And that was Colonel Brendan Kearney speaking to me earlier. Now, it's a year since thousands of protesters in Sri Lanka stormed the residence of the president, demanding that he resign. Demonstrators from all over the country marched on Colombo, protesting against the mismanagement of the country's economic crisis. Extraordinary images were seen all around the world, including protesters taking a dip in the presidential swimming pool. In the 12 months since that day, the country has suffered desperate shortages of essentials after the government ran out of foreign currency. Well, live now to our correspondent in Colombo, Nitin Srivastava. Hello there to you, Nitin. And how is the mood in Colombo today?
Well, if you look at the mood in Colombo right now, it's all very calm and quiet and peaceful. For example, right now where we're standing, this is known as the Gold Face Sea Green area. This was flooded with hundreds and thousands of tents and people at the same time last year who were protesting 24/7 against the government policies, against poor economic management, against a 14-hour power cuts in the country, which was the norm, and about a lot of unemployment. But now it's all green, it's all peaceful. But the fact is that the entire area from on my left is where the presidential palace is and where the presidential secretariat is. Everything is now heavily guarded. There is, of course, a new government in Sri Lanka. After that, the Rajapaksa brothers who were in power and who were toppled after that protest movement are back in the country since they fled when the protests were at the height, at the zenith. Now they're back in the country. But the fact is that when you speak to the common man, they say, well, we have a new president who was in the opposition at that point of time, but they say that nothing much has changed.
Economically as well, is that what they're saying, that nothing has changed economically? There's been no improvement?
That's true, that's true. Although Sri Lanka has managed to secure almost $2.9 billion of money from the International Monetary Fund early this year in March, the country still reels under an $80 billion debt, which is humongous. People still say that the inflation rates have come down, but the price rise is massive. For example, the price of cooking gas has doubled since last year. The price of power supply in homes has doubled since last year. I've been speaking to people on the streets. One egg, which used to cost 8 Sri Lankan rupees last year, now is costing 58 Sri Lankan rupees. People are finding it difficult to have enough protein in their meals. And I'm told by people in the government and the activists that almost every second household in Sri Lanka is spending 70% of its saving just on food.
So in terms of the feelings on that day, the hope, the anger for change, could it happen again?
Well, it's all calm and quiet. People have gone back to their jobs. If you move around in Colombo and outside, everybody is sort of busy in their life again. Although they're struggling, they're trying to cope up with what has happened in the last few years. The government has been giving them hope. They say that the medical supplies will resume as normal, although they are still far from normal. We know that Sri Lanka imports 85% of its medicines and healthcare equipment from outside and still doesn't have foreign currency as much to import all of that. But yes, people have sort of adjusted to the new fact that at least most of the people who were part of the movement I have spoken to, they are happy that at least they could bring a change in government, but they they feel that it could have been a total political change as well, a new system of government, which unfortunately did not take place.
OK, Nitin Srivastava, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.